Hello everybody, my name is Dylan Toledo, and today I'm going to be presenting my BIA 4010 final project, and the topic for my project is how will AI affect our job industry in the nearby future. So as we all know, AI has been on the rise for the past couple of years, and it's just constantly changing and evolving every single day, and we have no idea what it's going to look like in the future. I believe AI will soon be a common thing, and you will see it everywhere in our daily lives, and even though people are kind of scared of AI because they have no idea what it can do, people are just going to have to get used to it, just like how they did with phones. At first, people really didn't like phones, but now every single person has a phone. So I feel like that's what's going to happen with AI, and it's just only going to make our lives easier. The reason I'm doing this topic is because obviously I'm a senior, so I'm going to have to look for jobs pretty soon, and I would not want to work in an industry where my job is just likely to be taken over by AI. I'm just not going to have a job anymore. Obviously, it's still too early to just tell which industry can just be taken over by AI, as AI is just not even a finished product yet. So this is not like really accurate, but the insights that this project gave me is still pretty helpful to me, and I feel like this really helped me for the future. First off, I would like to go over the data set that I used for my final project. It's called AI Job Market Insights, and I found this on Kaggle. And even though it's quite simple, I still thought it was pretty good and very effective for what I was trying to do, and it got the job done. But basically, it just gathers all this information about a job and it just sees how likely it is to be taken over by AI. It has stuff like job titles, the industry that the job is in, the size of the company that the job is in, and it was pretty good, and it did all the stuff that I wanted to do for my visualization, so I'm quite happy with it. Now I'd like to show you guys the 5 visualizations that I made from that data set. The very first one that I made is just a basic bar chart that just shows the yearly salaries of jobs in those specific industries. Up here, there's this filter right here where you can just choose whatever industry that you want, and this bar right here shows all the ranges of the salary. And then at the bottom has all the jobs, and on the left side has the yearly salary, and when you hover over one of the bars, it shows the yearly salary that that job makes. The reason why I wanted to make this one is because one of my challenge questions was, does a low salary job have a higher chance of getting taken over by AI compared to a high salary job? For my second visual, it is a line chart that shows how many jobs have the same automation risk and same AI adoption level. So at the bottom, it has all the industries, and when you go over to one of the points, it's going to show you how many jobs have that same AI adoption level and same automation risk in that industry. Now for my third visual, it's just a simple bar that just shows the job growth of industry jobs, and the larger the color that the bar has, that's what the industry is trending towards. So the manufacturing industry, the highest color is red, so it has a 46.6% decline, and you can go up here and just change whatever industry that you want. But it does this by gathering all the jobs in this data set that's in the manufacturing industry, and it just puts all their job growth in one, and it just splits it up. And obviously we can see that 46.6% of jobs in the manufacturing industry have a decline, so that's kind of what the manufacturing industry is trending towards. For my fourth visual, I'm going to see if the size of a company matters when dealing with AI. So I made a table that shows company sizes in specific industries and what their likelihood of being automated is. So these are the company sizes: small, medium, large, and the automation risk: high, medium, low. And you can choose whatever industry that you want and by this filter. And the darker the shade of red is what likely is going to happen to that size company. So as you can see, the sales for high and medium risk for all these companies are about the same, and they have like similar numbers. So I believe size doesn't really matter, and AI is going to affect these companies no matter their size. So for my final visual, I wanted to see if remote friendliness matters when dealing with AI. So I made this very simple chart that just shows how many jobs in a specific industry are remote friendly and how many are not. So you can just go to this filter over here, just choose whatever industry that you want, and it just shows how many jobs are remote friendly. So 56.9% of jobs in the manufacturing industry are not remote friendly. And finally, when you put all the visuals together, you get my AI takeover dashboard. This dashboard basically just shows how each industry is affected by AI, and you can go up to this filter right up here and just choose whatever industry that you want, and the 4 visuals are going to change depending on the industry. The middle one stays the same because it compares all the industries at the same time. So let's go to the industry filter up here. Let's go from manufacturing to energy, and you can just see that all the 4 visuals change. And you can also click on a specific job in the specific industry. Let's go for HR manager in the energy industry, and these 2 visuals are going to also change. So you can see what the job growth projection for an HR manager is, and if a HR manager job is remote friendly. And now for the very final part of my project, my AI industry analysis storyboard. I made my storyboard to answer all three of my challenge questions. And my very first question was, which industry is most likely to be automated by AI? Number two, does the size of a company affect the chances of being taken over by AI? And number three, do lower salary jobs have a higher chance of declining due to the risk of being automated by AI? So the very first part of my story answered the very first question, and I was able to see that manufacturing jobs are the most likely to be overtaken by AI compared to the other industries. I was able to find that out by I looked at the line chart, and I was just able to tell that the manufacturing industry has the highest amount of jobs in the medium and high risk categories. So I went to the line chart, I looked at the points, and I added them all together, and I was able to find out that the manufacturing industry has the most amount of jobs with high and medium automation risk out of all the other industries. So that led me to my answer that the manufacturing jobs are the highest chance of being overtaken compared to other industries according to this data set. So going to the next part of my story, I wanted to know, does the size of a company matter when dealing with AI? And I was able to find out that it does not. As you can see, all sizes of the manufacturing companies all have a high chance of dealing with AI. Their numbers are quite similar, and that led me to my answer that no matter the size of a manufacturing company, it still has a high chance of being automated by AI. And for my next part of my story, I wanted to know, do lower salary jobs have a higher chance of declining due to the risk of being automated by AI? So I went to the salary of jobs part in my data, and then I saw that HR and operation managers both have the lowest salary. They both have 79,000. So I clicked on the jobs to show so that my filter can automatically update and just show the stats for those two jobs combined. And then for my final part of my story, I was able to look at the job growth, and I saw that these two jobs combined have a projected job decline of 44% in the future. We don't know for sure if that's because of AI or maybe it's because of the job, but I can assume that because of the low salary, maybe people are like, hey, this job's not really that important. Let's just have AI take it over and just leave our money for like the higher salary jobs. So yeah, that's what I came up with. This data was very simple. It wasn't very like hard to analyze, but I feel like this really helped me a lot, and I'm very happy with my analysis, and I thought I learned a lot from it. Thank you for watching my AI industry analysis presentation. I know my analysis wasn't that complicated. It was pretty simple, but I know for sure that I definitely learned something from doing this process. I learned the basics of Tableau. I learned the basics of data analysis, and I'm very glad I was just able to make something like this. And this would be something like, I feel like this would be something that I could continue to do in the future maybe if I just learned the skills more. I feel like I could really be interested in this because like I really like data. So yeah, I was really grateful for the opportunity, and I would definitely say I learned a lot from this.